Fandom, how's it going? Today we are reviewing Baltimore by Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden. Now, if you're looking for a vampire series that has a bit more bite to it than the stereotypical vampires that you're seeing today and kind of the Anne Ricean type vampires that you know today, this is the series for you. So let's check it out. Baltimore series is written by Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden, like I mentioned before. Mike Mignola, you might know him from books like Hellboy and the Hellboy universe. He's the creator of Hellboy, he's the creator of that universe, and this is kind of an extension of that universe, even though technically it's not set in the Hellboy universe. I know. It's its own little thing. It's its own little pocket, its own little universe. And Mike Mignola gets a chance to play with different characters and different stories, but he still throws in that monster flair that you really love and you really know from his Hellboy stuff. The story here revolves around Lord Baltimore, and Lord Baltimore at the beginning of this story is fighting in World War I when suddenly his military infantry group is ambushed, and they are ambushed by this vampire. Now what ends up happening is that Lord Baltimore ends up hurting the vampire and stabbing him. However, because he stabbed him, the blood of that vampire got all over the floor, that wherever it was, and it spread this disease that's slowly turning anybody that gets in contact with it into vampires and werewolves. Now, eventually Lord Baltimore wakes up, he's got a leg missing, he's pretty messed up, and he comes home to his family. What he ends up finding out is that that vampire that he stabbed has actually gone and turned his family, and he's forced Lord Baltimore to kill them. It's a really tragic and dark story at the beginning of this, but what it eventually leads to is Lord Baltimore's endless hunt for this vampire and his obsession and his just need to find and kill this guy and seek revenge for it. It's a great story, and it's awesomely drawn by Ben Steinbeck, who, if you haven't seen anything that he's done, we're going to get into more of his art later on. It's beautiful stuff, really. And I think if you're more interested in kind of like that Van Helsing, witch hunter type deal, if you're really looking for something that is very scary and very frightening and has more bite to it than your traditional mythological vampires and werewolves thing that have kind of been watered down in media and in movies, this is the book for you. What's really great about this also is that Mike Mignola does what he does best, and that is he creates a universe around this one character. So you're gonna see Lord Baltimore traveling from England to Ireland to different places across the world, and he's meeting all these different vampire hunters, he's meeting all these different characters, some of them good, some of them bad, like this really freaky priest who eventually ends up becoming this werewolf creature, and it's just, it's real creepy how he just turns into it. It's a really great stuff, and the universe that he builds on this is just lush, and it's filled with mythology, and it's filled with so many interesting people that you just want to spend more time in it, and it's really reflective of what he's done in Hellboy. Like I said, if you really enjoyed Hellboy, there's no reason why you shouldn't be picking this up, because it does kind of follow not necessarily the same format, but there are certain beats in there where I'm like, okay, well, you learn from Hellboy how to establish this character, you learn from Hellboy how to build upon your universe, and it's really all here. So let's talk about the art. The art here is done by Ben Steinbeck, and I gotta say, this guy is really good. Mike Mignola's been a guy that he knows how to pick his artists. He knows how to get somebody that he wants to draw a certain book a certain way, mainly because of the fact that this is his universe. This is what he wants to build. He's very picky. So he gets guys that have kind of a similar style to him, but they're different enough where it's not the same thing. If I were to say his art style, Ben Steinbeck's style, is kind of reminiscent a little bit of Eric Powell's mixed with Mignola's own art style, where he uses a lot of darkness and he uses a lot of shadows, but the faces and the expressions are very round. They're not as square-jawed. They're very detailed. I really enjoyed what he's done here, and some of the action scenes on here, some of the monster designs in here are beautiful. They are frightening. They are awesome. There is one particular vampire in here, the lead vampire, where he's got this scar on his face, and it's just, it's just really creepy, and every time he shows up, you just get kind of the chills down your back. It's a really effective style, and I really enjoyed it. I really didn't have any complaints about it. There were a few panels where I'm like, okay, well, maybe that was a bit rushed. Maybe you could have put in a little bit of details here and there, but that's just me nitpicking too much. For the most part, the art works, and it is great. Currently, there are 5 of these hardcovers right now, and I gotta say, they're pretty good. They're great value. For 25 bucks, you're getting a very solid and sturdy hardcover. They do have a little bit of an emboss in the front, as you can see. Kind of like a little raised, and it says Baltimore on it. It has the title of it. There's no drawing or anything like that on any of them, sadly. I really like those designs, though, that Marvel's been doing on them. They're oversized hardcovers. But these do come with a good amount of special features, which is something that surprised me a lot. Each one of them has its own sketches, a little bit of commentaries. Mike Mignola might throw something in there saying, hey, this is where I came up for this idea, this is what I wanted in this design, this is how we came up with this creature. It's really great stuff, and it's something that when you think about it, you're paying $25 for one of these hardcovers, right? And then you end up paying $25 for like a Marvel or DC hardcover, and it doesn't come with anything in it. So Dark Horse once again shows why, in my opinion, they are one of the best publishers on the stands right now, just in terms of money for your value. You're getting 6 issues in every single one of these, and you're getting a good amount of special features in the back of these. Overall, if you're looking for a vampire werewolf story that has a bit more bite to it than some of the traditional stuff that you're seeing today on mainstream media and TV and things like that in books, and it's not really a love story. No, this is a guy who's going out there, he's kicking ass, and he wants to find the guy who murdered his family, basically. This is definitely the book for you. If you've read anything by Mike Mignola, you know his stamp of approval, you know his signature with great monsters, great story, great pacing, things like that. It's all there. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I do weekly reviews like the one you just saw. You can check out some of my other videos. That would be really cool. You could follow me on Facebook and Twitter. That is the best way to get a hold of me. Please check out my Patreon page that I'm going to link in the description below. What I am planning to do with Patreon is that maybe once a week, and that's if anybody subscribes or, you know, if anybody's interested in it, for just my Patreon subscribers, I will do like a Skype show with them where we can Skype and we can discuss a certain book where it will be kind of like a book of the week type deal. It'll be a trade or a hardcover, something like that. It sounds pretty interesting. That'll be just exclusive to the Patreon guys. I love hearing back from you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Let me know what you think. And if you've read Baltimore, what do you think about it?